everyone, nice to have you with us. Hello Ansh again, and hello Liv, nice to see you today. So today's session is on Peppa Pig, and we are doing Peppa Pig Stays at Home, because all of us are staying at home. Okay, so this is the first one we've done for these kind of superheroes. So there's going to be lots of me boring talking, I'm afraid, to mum and dad, just to talk about handling and how to support your child. So if mums and dads, you can motivate your children lots. Use whatever you need to. Use another screen, which might be a bit more exciting than me, or singing, nursery rhymes, playing music, and whatever toys or sensory objects motivate your child is fine. It's quite a longish session for some children, especially the really young kids. So if you have to kind of sit out every other one, then that's fine. You can always watch us back and do it in your own time. And just to say that if you haven't done any of these exercises with your child before, then please, you be the judge. You know your child the best, so only carry them out if you think they are safe. And last thing, just for a couple little techniques for some children who might not like doing exercises. If your child really doesn't like an exercise and they are finding it really difficult, then count down to 3 and then you're going to take them out of that position, okay? Because that shows your child that we are respecting their wishes, but we're not going to immediately take them out when they are upset. And equally, if your child is doing an amazing skill for the first time, the longest they've done, then please don't let them stay there and push them to tears. Still count down and take them out just like you would if they were happy, because we don't want your child to associate exercises with crying or with pushing them to their absolute limit. Okay, and lots of anticipation games are really good for distraction, so peekaboo or where's the toy gone, it's coming, counting, and lots of those things. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start in a lying down position, and we are going to come up and find our toys that we're going to play with. So we've got Peppa Pig and George Pig are coming to play with all of their toys in their bedroom. So first we need to come up and find our toys. So we are going to do a lying to sitting maneuver, and we have got some My Little Ponies which we are going to put to the side to encourage our child to roll over to the side and then to come up into sitting. So I'm going to put those to this side here so you can see. Okay, so we're going to have the toys to the side, and then we're going to encourage your child to roll over on one side with their hip and at their knee, okay? So you might need to just bend this knee out to the side a little bit, and then we're going to help your child at their knee here and at their hip to roll over into a side lying position. Okay, and from here, I'm going to adjust this camera slightly so you can see me a bit better. There we go. Sorry about that. So many different videos. Okay, so we're going to roll over with our hip and our knees. So we're now in a side lying position, and we're going to have our toys in front of us. Okay, and then you might need to just help your child bring their arm over, or they might be able to do that themselves. And now we're going to move the toys down, and we're going to help your child with one hand on their hip. You're doing a forwards and an upwards movement, and one hand on their top arm, and you're going to put some gentle pressure pulling them up. Now if your child is not pushing up with this hand, don't pull all of their weight with this hand. You're then just going to help your child underneath their trunk, okay? So all together we're going to come up into sitting, round into a sitting position, and then you can help your child get their legs round, up into sitting, and give them to the toy, and lots of praise. Well done. Excellent sitting. So with these skills, especially if it's the first time you've done it, then you will find that your handling improves just as your child improves as well. And lots of repetition is the key, but repetition also causes tiredness, so you really need to get that balance right. I'm going to do it a few times and you just join in as many as you can. So we're going to put the toys to the side again, and we're going to bend the opposite leg of where we're lying, where we're rolling towards, and we're going to help your child at their hip and their knee. They might already be able to get into side lying themselves, in which case just encourage them to with their toys. You're going to bring the arm round, and we're going to come up by pulling on this arm and bringing them up at the pelvis. And remember, help your child at the trunk if you need to, all the way up. Bring those toys down, and well done. Give your child the toy and lots of praise. Excellent work. And you might find that as you continue to do this, your child does more of it themselves. So maybe they're now lying on their side themselves, and maybe they're now pushing up a little bit with their arm or bringing their legs round at the top themselves. Especially if it's the first time you've done it, your child will get used to it very quickly. And we're going to do that a couple more times just so I can show you. So by all means, just sit one out and just watch if you need to. So we're going to have the toys to the side, and we're going to roll over onto the side. There we go. Bring the arm over, and now where's the toys gone? We're moving them down, and we're going to help your child, one hand on their arm, one on their hips, forwards and up. Okay, so it's really important that you don't do this. That's not how we sit up. We're going to go forwards, round and up, and yay, you've got the toy, and lots of praise, and help your child get their legs round. Excellent work, everyone. Have we all found our toys? And when you've found them, then do lots of playing with them in sitting, and we're going to do playing with George Pig and Peppa Pig. And I'm just going to show you that 2 more times. Again, don't feel like you have to do all of them. We're going to go wee and all the way down. And again, if your child is too young for this, or they're not quite able to do this yet, again, that's absolutely fine. You can help your child in whatever way you need to. So we're going to have the toys to the side, furthest away leg bent, and over with the knee and the hip into side lying. And then we're going to bring the toys down, and I'm going to help. And it might be that you can just support your child at the hip now. Maybe you don't need to bring their arm anymore. Forwards and round and up into sitting. Well done. Excellent work. And you got the toy. Good work, everyone. And I'm going to show you one more time. Anx, your favourite character is Peppa Pig. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you can join in with us. And again, I'm just going to do it one more time. So we're going to bend the opposite leg, and we're going to go round onto our side. And we've got all of these toys here. We're going to bring them down, and then you're going to encourage your child to come forwards and up into sitting and help them get their legs round. Yay! Well done. Lots of praise. And the toys. Well done, everyone. Okay, now the next thing that happens is we have all made lots and lots of mess with our toys. So Daddy Pig is going to come and see what is going on. Have you all made a mess with your toys? We've made a bit of a mess here. We've got My Little Ponies everywhere. So Daddy Pig comes up to find out what all this noise is about, and he's tripped over a toy car. So Daddy Pig has gone sliding all over the floor. Now we are going to be a car by doing some kneeling, okay? We're all going to be a car. Now you just have a rest, give your child a rest while I show you the next exercise. So the next one, we're going to go in 4-point kneeling. If you already do this with your child and you use a rolled up towel or a cushion, then use this for this exercise. Okay, now we're going to start off in a lying on our tummy position. Now lots of children like to wiggle out of this position, especially if you've got a really active child. So we're going to come behind your child, and we're going to put some gentle pressure on their thighs, on their calf, sorry, with your thighs, okay, so that they can't wriggle away. And then we're going to bring your child at their hips backwards and up into a 90-degree angle at their hips and at their knees. And if your child is really struggling to push themselves up, you can put one hand under their chest and bring them up into a kneeling position. Or otherwise you might find that when you've brought your child back into this position, they are already pushing up with their hands. Okay, now if your child is not used to this, then this is quite a tricky exercise and it's a lot of hard work for your core and your arms. Okay, it's really tricky one, so just start with 3 or 4 seconds. That's brilliant. If that's all you can do, that's absolutely amazing. And just count down and let your child come out of it if they're distressed. Okay, so all together now we're going to be lying on our tummies. Okay, and then mum and dad, you're going to have your child's calves in between your thighs to help keep them still. And then we're going to bring your child back at their hips all the way up at 90 degrees. And then you're going to use one hand under their trunk if they need help coming up. If they're already up, then try to keep the support back as far as you can and get your child leaning up through those hands. And we're going to hold it for 1, 2, 3, and you can bring your child back onto your lap for a rest. Well done! Good work, everyone. And remember, use a cushion if that's what you normally do for this exercise. Okay, and we're going to try that one again. So we're going to do lying down, and mum and dad, calves in between your thighs, putting a little bit of pressure on there. And all together we're going to come back and pushing up through those hands. And we're going to do a little song this time. We're going to do Wheels on the Bus. So hold it for the song if you can, or if not, come down and join in. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. And back. Well done. Good job, everyone. Excellent. So this exercise is really important for children who might be learning to crawl, and even if you're not, it's really good for your abdominal muscles and your arm strength and shoulder stability for fine motor skills and playing with those tricky toys. So we're going to try that 2 more times, and again, just do whatever your child is comfortable with. And this time we're going to do some gentle rocking backwards and forwards, okay? So we're going to go onto your tummy. Okay. And calves in between your thighs, keep them nice and stable. And we're going to come back at the hips into 90 degrees and pushing up with our hands. And we're going to do the wipers this time. We're going to go forwards and backwards. Are you ready? We're going to go, the wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish all day long. Well done. Excellent work. Okay, so we're going to do 1 more of these. Now I'm going to show a little bit more of an advanced way to get into 4-point kneeling for those kids who it might be suitable for. If your child's really wiggly and coming out of 4-point kneeling and you really need to keep them still in that position, then this one is not for you, so stick with the other ones that we've been doing. So this is another way, and you don't need to try this now. If you don't want to, you can just watch it and do it later. So we are going to put our toys all the way in front to encourage our child to go forwards, and we're going to put our knees into a side sitting position, and then all together now we're going to go into 4-point kneeling again and do it the other way if that's easier for you. We're going to bring the bottom forwards at the hips and into a 4-point kneeling position, and then we're going to bring the legs round into kneeling. Okay, and this time we're going to do the horn on the bus, and we're going to go sideways, a gentle sideways movement, and this just puts a little bit more weight through each arm one at a time for that shoulder stability. And all together we're going to go, the horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, beep, beep all day long. And back and have a rest. Well done. Excellent work, everyone. You're all doing such a good job. This is really tricky. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is tidy up time. We're going to tidy up all of this mess that we made, and that's because Mummy Pig has heard all of our singing and is wondering what's going on. Mummy Pig has come to have a look, and she says, oink, oink, what is all of this mess? So now we need to do some tidying up. So if you have your box or your cup that you can put your toys back in, then we'll need that now, and your toys on the floor as well. And we're going to do some side sitting. So we're going to start off, so just watching me now, don't worry about joining in. We're going to start off in a regular sitting position, and then we're going to bring one leg so it's completely bent, and the other leg, we're going to keep it bent on that side, and then we're just going to flip it over to that side. Okay, and we're going to be leaning through the arm on the same side as the knees, and then we're going to have your toys on the opposite side. Okay, so if you've got a child who can understand putting things in the box, or if they like doing this, then you can pick up your toys and put them in the box, or otherwise you can just use anything that motivates your child and just to keep them sitting in this position. Okay. Now if your child can maintain this position with both hands up, then that's what you're going to do. You're going to have both hands up and just do playing with two hands. That's excellent, and that will really, really strengthen this side of the trunk here. And if your child needs to lean through the other hand, then this is where you're going to support your child, okay? So you can sit right behind them so that if they fall over, then you're there, and try to support them at their elbow so that they are holding themselves up with their own elbow, and then see if you can take away that support and sit a little bit further back, okay? Still there if your child falls, but see if they can push up through that arm themselves. And then maybe you might be able to let go from that hand, okay? Now if this is super, super tricky for you, you can give your child support around their waist, or your child can lean with both hands and the other one in front of them, and you can entertain your child, okay? So stay in that position, however you're supported, and do some playing or putting away of your toys on the side away from your knees. Hello, Henry! Hi, Henry! Nice to see you! I hope you're having fun! So the side sitting position is really important for children who are learning to transition into 4-point kneeling or crawling, and also for children who are transitioning into pulling to stand. So children typically start in this position and then side sitting to go into 4-point kneeling like this, or side sitting to then pull up on a chair or whatever it is and then come up into standing. Okay, so for side sitting is a really important skill to have, and it's good for motor planning. Lots of children with syndromes and maybe lots of low tone tend to have reduced body awareness in their legs and don't quite know what their legs do or how their legs move their body, and side sitting is a really, really good way to encourage that. These children tend to really not like side sitting to start with, but they get used to it very, very quickly. And we do find that those kind of children have lots of improvements after lots of side sitting, and all of a sudden sometimes it leads to crawling and pulling to stand and using their legs in a new way, which they did not know was possible before. Okay, so we're all going to have a rest now, and we're going to come back into regular sitting, and you can lean back and have a little break. Well done, because that's really hard work. So have a rest while we bring all your toys to the opposite side, and this time we're going to sit to the opposite side, okay? So have a little rest first, and I'm just going to remind you how to go in that position. So we're going to sit with both our knees bent, and then we're going to flip one leg over into side sitting, and then we're going to lean on the hand towards our knees, and we're going to play with toys on the opposite side, okay? So in a minute, still have a rest. This is really hard work. Well done, everyone. Okay. And toys on the other side this time, and when we're all ready, we're just going to bend those legs Your child might already be doing that, that's fine. And then we're just going to flip one leg over onto the side, and we're going to lean through that arm on the same side as the knees, and then we're going to play or put the toys away if you can with your other hand with the toys on this side. And if you need to support your child, sit behind them so they'll lean on you if they fall over, and try to support your child by helping them to lean through this extended elbow. So extend their elbow here and try to come back a little bit so they're actually holding themselves. And you can hold them all the way up at their shoulder if you need to, and then you might find that you can bring that support down and down and down, even below the elbow, which is great. You might be supporting your child at their forearm. Okay, and then see if you can let go and bring your child forward if they're falling back. This doll is just like a real child, so I have to have my handling right if I want her to sit up. There we go. Okay, and we're going to be either putting toys away on that side or playing with toys. And if your child doesn't need their hands to hold themselves up, you can bring the toys into the middle and do some reaching like that. Well done everyone, excellent job. We're just going to hold it there a little bit longer. Keep playing with whatever you're playing with. Well done. Okay. Well done everyone, really good job. And we're going to relax, so come back into leaning on mum and dad or lying on the floor or however you want to relax. Well done, excellent work. Right, so now we've put all of our toys away, which is brilliant, and Mummy and Daddy Pig are so happy. They say, well done Peppa and George, amazing work. So now we've put all the toys away, that means we can play with them again. So we're going to do some playing in a different position, and this time it's going to be high kneeling, okay? So if you normally do this, you might do it at a sofa, you might do it at a dining chair. It completely depends how tall your child is. But when they're in a high kneeling position, so up on their knees, like this, you just want the surface to come up to around their chest height. Okay, so usually this will probably be a sofa, might be a sofa with an extra cushion stacked on top, or if you've got a tiny child, it might be a sofa with this cushion taken away so it's lower. Okay, I'm going to be showing you at the dining chair actually, because I think it's more useful if I can do a side-on demonstration. Okay, so everyone just have a rest first while I show you what we're going to do. We're going to have the toys up on the chair, and we're going to have your child. Now there's two ways of doing this. One of them is a little bit more tricky than the other. I'm going to show you both now while you rest, okay? And you can do whatever one suits you and your child. So this one is a bit more tricky, and do this one if your child can crawl on their own, or if you are used to doing this and you do it quite often, okay? So we're going to have your child facing 90 degrees away from the chair. We've got all of your toys on the chair. Make sure your child can see the toys and they're motivated to get them. And then we're going to help your child go into side sitting with knees pointing towards the chair. So you're going to go one leg and two legs pointing towards the chair and one arm up. We're now going to get your child to bring their hands up and to hold them up. And then while they're in this position, we're going to assist your child at their knees and at their hips, and we're going to help your child's hips go forwards and upwards into a high kneeling position. Okay, now when your child is up in this position, you just need to reposition their legs. So you want their knees quite wide apart, especially if your child is not used to doing this. So knees wide apart for a wide base of support. And if your child is falling down, then what you can do is bring their knees backwards away from the chair so they're leaning at more of an angle, okay? Because this is much more difficult than this, okay? So if your child's finding it hard and keeps coming down, we're going to bring their knees backwards away from the chair so they can lean at a bit more of an angle, and that will make it a little bit easier for them. Make sure their arms are nice and up on the surface, and we're going to do some playing, okay? So that's the first way, and the other way if your child has not done this before, then what you might need to do is have your child sitting on your lap here. We're now going to bring your child's legs in between your thighs, okay, down like that. So your child is now in a low kneeling position, arms up here, and we're going to go ready, steady, and up. And then help your child come up at their hips. And again, when they're in that position, knees wide apart and a little bit further back from the chair. Or if your child's really wiggly, then you can stay here and help them stay in that position, okay? And then if they come down, they'll just simply go on your lap and you just help them come back up again in the same way, okay? So I'm going to show that again in this position. Do whichever one is better for you and your child. And all together we're going to come up and play with our toys, whatever they might be. So I'm going to put my thighs around the calves. Now she's in low kneeling, one arm up, two arms up, and ready, steady, up. Very good. And now I'm just going to bring those legs wider apart and further back. And well done everyone, really, really good job. And play with those toys. If it's the first time you've done it, you probably only want to do it for maybe 5 seconds and then come down. And this exercise is really, really good for the glute muscles or the hips, okay? And it's really useful for standing, and it's good for the thigh muscles. And it's a really important transition for rising up into standing. Well done, really good job. Okay, now there's 2 ways of coming out of this. You can quite simply just sit behind your child and bring them back. And we're going to go well done and lots of praise. Or the other way, the slightly more challenging way, is you can bring your child down into a side sitting position. So you're going to bring the toys down so your child is motivated to come down. And we're going to put them to the side. And then we're going to bring your child's bottom back to the opposite side at an angle. And now we are in side sitting. And then we're going to help your child bring their legs round, or they might just ping them round themselves. And lots of praise. Well done everyone, excellent work. Really good job. Okay, so I'm going to show you that again one more time. And you don't need to do it with us. That might have been really exhausting for you already. Otherwise you can join in again if you like. Hello to Razcolour, hi, nice to have you with us today. Okay, so I'm going to show you the trickier way this time. So we're just going to be sitting at 90-degree angle, and we're going to bring those toys up onto the chair so your child can see and they want to go and get them, okay, make lots of noise if you have to. And then we're going to go one leg into a side sitting position and 2 legs. And we're going to put one hand up on the chair and the other hand up. And we're going to go ready, steady, up. Very good. Lots of praise. I'm going to reposition those legs further apart for a nice wide base of support, and knees further away from the chair. Well done everyone. Excellent job. I wonder what toys you've all got to play with. You're doing really, really well. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come down. I'm going to show you the side sitting way again. Otherwise, mum and dad, you can take your child away and lift them onto your lap. Okay, so we're going to bring the toys down, and we're going to come down now, down to the side. And then you're going to help your child come down from their knees to the opposite side into side sitting, and then encourage your child to bring their legs around themselves if they can. And yay, we are down and we have our toys. Well done. Excellent work. Really good job everyone. Okay, so you have a rest while I show you the next thing we're going to do. So we've got 2 more, so you're all doing really well. Okay, so the next thing is going to be a pull to stand. So if your child wears AFOs and shoes, then you need these on now. Or if your child just uses shoes for grip or supportive shoes, then you can put those on as well. Now while you're putting these on, I'm just going to show you first. I'm going to put our shoes on. There we go. Now I think we have made a bit of a mess again when we were playing with those toys. So now we're going to put those toys a little bit higher up and come and stand up to those toys and put them away again. So if you can have your little box to put the toys in ready. Okay, up on the surface, and this time you need a surface that's a little bit higher. So you need a surface that is at your child's chest height when they're standing, okay? So it might be that you have to use a dining chair now, depending on how big your child is. Okay, so everyone can still rest while I just show you what we're going to do next. So you're going to come into a high kneeling position, so do that however you did it before. Now the thing about this transition is that getting into the half kneeling position would actually be more difficult with the shoes and AFOs on, but it gives more stability when we are standing up, okay? So if you want to take this one away and do it yourself, then you probably want to balance it, okay? When we're bringing the foot up and through, it's going to be more difficult because the shoe makes it more heavier and it might get stuck on the floor. But then when we're planting that foot down and pushing up on it, we really need that grip and stability around the ankle. So if you're practicing this one at home on your own, maybe do half and half with shoes and without shoes, okay? And then you can work on the separate parts individually. So if you got your child into high kneeling in this way, then that's what you're going to do. In fact, I'll probably say do that with everyone if you've got your shoes and socks on, because the side sitting way will be a little bit tricky with shoes on. Okay, so we're in a high kneeling position that we were in before, and this time we're going to move those toys a little bit further back, so your child needs to stand up to come and reach them, okay? And you're going to help your child to bring one leg up and forwards at 90 degrees, and we're going to help our children come up by holding their hips and going forwards and upwards, okay? We want to make sure it's not completely up, or your child will fall back and they'll lose their centre of gravity and they won't have that momentum. We need momentum coming forwards and up. So when your child's in this position, we're going to come back a little bit, make sure they're not too close to the chair or you won't be able to come forwards and up. And we're going to go ready, steady, and up into standing, okay? Now this surface is a little bit too low for me, as you can tell. Anything higher and I won't be in the camera anymore. Now when your child is up into standing, you just want to position their feet so that they are wide apart, so hip width apart and toes pointing slightly outwards. This increases their base of support and engages the side muscles, which are really needed for standing. And then we're going to encourage our children to stand up at the surface, okay? So hopefully you've all got your shoes on now and you've had a little bit of a rest, and all together we're going to do a pull to stand transition at our chair or whatever surface you've got. So we're going to take the toys, sit your child on your lap, toys up here so your child can see them, and we're going to come round into this position, okay? So your child's feet are in between your thighs, and then we're going to move those toys a bit further back. Where have they gone? Let's go and find them. We're going to bring your child's legs down in between your thighs, okay? We're going to go one hand, two hands, and hands on their hips, forwards and upwards, ready, steady, up into high kneeling, okay? And now you might need to just position their legs again like we did before. So feet back a little bit, knees back a little bit, and all together we're going to go one leg up at 90 degrees, Hands on hips, forwards and up again, and ready, steady, up, into standing. Well done. And now give your child the toy immediately and let them do lots of playing and lots of clapping and praise. And we're just going to bring those legs back a little bit, wide apart, and feet and toes pointing outwards, and encourage your child to stand at the surface and do some playing. Well done everyone, excellent job. And a little bit more of an advanced standing exercise here. What you can do is bring have the box on the surface, and you can bring a toy slightly behind your child about here and encourage them to reach off the surface for the toy and looking and twisting and bringing it round and putting it into the box. And then you can do onto the other side. So you're going to hold the toy just next to them, encourage your child to twist their body, let go with one hand, pick up the toy and bring it back again. Well done, good standing. Okay, and now mum and dad, you're going to have your knees behind your child, and all together we're going to come down now, ready, steady and down, and give your child the toy. And well done everyone, excellent work. Well done, that's a really hard one. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time, and again, do not worry if your child is really tired now, that's absolutely fine. Now for this one, I'm going to add one last thing onto it, which is cruising or sidestepping. So you just need to make sure that your surface is a little bit longer. So if you've got a sofa, that's fine. If you're using chairs, then you'll need 2 of these. I'm going to go and get another one. Well done everyone, you're doing a really good job, and don't worry if you're too tired to do this anymore. You can always watch this later at another time, or you can always just watch and sit out and just get some ideas. Okay, so this time we're going to have some toys right in front of your child for the pool to stand, and then we're going to move a few along a little bit to encourage your child to sidestep to the opposite side, okay? So I'm just going to show you cruising first before we do it all together. So when your child is in the standing position, to get them to cruise to the right side, they need to shift their weight to the opposite side. Okay, so to step with their right leg, they need to shift their weight off of this side to move that leg. Okay, so that's what we are going to be helping with. We're not just going to lift the leg and put it to the side, we're going to help them shift their weight off of that leg and move it to the side, okay? And we do this all the time when we are walking. We always weight shift to lift up one leg. We just don't think about it because it comes automatically, okay? So when your child is in standing, they're going to move all the toys. When they've played a bit, we're going to move those toys along. Where are they gone? Where are they gone? And we're going to shift your child's weight to the left while they step to the right. I'm exaggerating it a little bit with her because she's not a real child, and then you're going to shift the weight to the opposite side so they can bring their other foot, okay? And you probably, if this is the first time you've done it, only want to do about 2 before you get to that toy, okay? We want everything to be really achievable for your children. If they're struggling, just help them along and do it, otherwise they will lose motivation. Okay, so we're going to try this one all together. We're nearly done, so we're going to get those toys and put them on the chair, and we're going to go and get them. So starting sitting on your lap, and then we're going to bring those legs down and in between your thighs, and 1 hand up and 2 hands up, and you're going to help at the hips to come forwards and upwards into kneeling. Well done, good job. Let your child play for a little bit, readjust their knees, wide base of support, backwards a little bit, and then we're going to move the toys back. Where are they gone? Where are they gone? All the way back. And we're going to help your child bring one leg up at 90 degrees. And we're going to go ready, steady, forwards and up into standing. Well done, everyone. And bring those legs at a hip width apart and feet pointing out, and support your child at their hips and encourage them to lean on the surface with their hands and play, and make sure that they can now reach the toy now that they're in standing. And then last thing we're going to do today is we're going to bring those toys all the way across, and we're going to go and find them. Where are they gone? And we're going to shift the weight to the left to help your child step on the right, and then shift the child to the right to help them step. And again, and we're nearly there, and one more step. And yay, we've got the toys. Make sure you give them to your child and sit down and relax. Well done, excellent work, everyone. You've all done a really, really good job. And lean on mum and dad and have a rest. Well done, everyone, that was brilliant. I hope you got some really good ideas from this that you can do at home with your own children. And by all means, just go back and have a look and do them in your own time. And all together, we're just going to do some waving. So wave goodbye if you can. Goodbye, everyone. Really nice having you today. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Well done.